It failed to properly investigate the mysterious death of a young black woman. 23-year-old Lauren Smith Fields was her name. She was found dead in her home while reportedly on a date back in December. The white man, whom she met on the dating app Bumble, reported her dead during their date. Now, he is not facing any charges, so CBS News is not releasing his name. Yesterday, though, would have been Smith Fields' 24th birthday. Family, friends, and supporters marched in Bridgeport to celebrate her life and demand answers and justice. Smith Fields' family called detectives' handling of the case racially insensitive, and alleged that the college student's civil rights were violated.
Hello, everybody. Just another day that the Lord has made, boy. Blessings for everybody. You see that intro?
This is Lauren Smith Fields. She is 23 years old. She's a YouTuber, and she went on a date in December with a 41-year-old white man who she met on Bumble. He then called 911 because she was deceased in her apartment at the end of their date. Police arrived on scene and said he seemed like a nice man, so they sent him on his way. That's where this case picks up and why it's all over TikTok. Let's talk about it.
Now, before I begin any of the ranting and raving that I do oh so well, let me show you what I'm working with. Breakfast, sausage, eggs, toast. I got blueberry muffins. Look at that. Provolone cheese. Got me a little milk. Got me some pineapple orange juice. And of course, my trusty Folgers. Let's go ahead and say our grace. Let's get it on in. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this food we're about to receive. May it nourish our bodies and strengthen our minds. In your name we all pray. Amen. I got my number one here. I got my nephew DJ. It's early, y'all. They groggy. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. I get up, do my TikTok, and see what in the world is going on. And I can't believe this done went completely over the radar.
Can I have your number? I love 3. No, your phone number. Oh, it's an iPhone 11. No, where? How can I call you? By my name. It's Jessica. You're playing with me right now. Oh, do you have a Monopoly? Who old are you? Since I'm born? Or since my last birthday? No, since when are you stupid? Since I met you?
Doesn't mean I ain't paying attention. Just eating wood, y'all. My God. Look at that. Look at the cheese, y'all. You see the cheese?
Turn it down.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know anything about it.
If you don't know who Lauren is, Lauren was a 23-year-old black woman found in Bridgeport, Connecticut, dead in her apartment with a note on her door saying, if you are looking for Lauren, give us a call. That was Bridgeport nasty-ass police officers.
I didn't know who Miss Lauren Smith Fields was.
Dame la ciencia.
I didn't know what the case is about.
Now, here's what we know about this case. The cause of death for Lauren is unknown. The first autopsy says no sign of foul play. Her family says, look, Lauren was not a drug user, so maybe there was something referenced in that first autopsy. So the family is very upset about it. They don't feel like the autopsy is being handled correctly, and so they go ahead and they're going to get their second one done for themselves, that they're going to pay for themselves. And that is what they've done. And now they are awaiting on results of the autopsy.
I didn't know what allegedly had happened to her.
Do you see this beautiful young lady here? Her name is Lauren Smithfields from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Sometime last week, Lauren met an older white man on Bumble, and they went out on a date. After the date, she was dead. That's it. That's the whole story. Unless you consider the fact that it was the older white man who was the date who notified police that she was dead. And the police didn't hold him for questioning. When the family asked about it, the police said, oh, he was a nice guy. Like, he had nothing to do with it. So after the family continued to press them about what the hell is going on, the police simply told Lauren's family to stop calling. Now, if all of this sounds slightly familiar, it's because it's exactly how the Ahmaud Arbery case started. You remember that, right? When the police were like, oh yeah, Ahmaud, yeah, somebody caught him stealing and he died in an altercation. Let that sink in for a second.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Do you believe in love after love? I can feel something inside me say, I really don't think you're strong enough, no.
Are you serious right now?
They didn't call her parents. They didn't see anything or let her in for 5 hours. They did her so dirty, that woman could never have a fair case even if she tried.
A lot of you men, a lot of people, I ain't gonna even say men, a lot of people don't know that women are natural born private investigators.
Hello 大家, your Auntie Jenny is back. Now, do you have a date or maybe on the Tinder or the Bumblebee you need more information on somebody? Come talk to your Auntie Jenny, private investigator. I'm a real expert on helping you find the real answers. I will find out where he lives and where he works. I will make sure he looks like his profile picture in person. I will check to see if he is as tall as he says he is. I will check to see how many followers they have on the Instagram. Do they have pictures with their mom? All the best research. Now remember, this is dangerous and should be left for experts like your Auntie Jenny, private investigator. Call 1-888-888-888-889.
If it's dirt to be found, as much cleaning as we do, we gonna find it. This is good, Mikey. Mikey fixed breakfast today. He want his little props.
Don't make no sense.
What you doing with that?
Been married 11 years, you would think that he should pick up something. Ain't that it?
10 years married to an Asian wife. I just learned how to cook frozen dumplings properly. First pan fry the dumplings until the bottom is golden. Add 100 milliliters of water, cover with a lid, then cook it for 7 minutes on low heat. Last but not least, the golden sides should be face up so the dumplings look nice and crispy. Try it yourself.
Look at these. They're cute. I did my own private investigating, my own research. And from what I have found, the police did not collect any evidence.
So whoever Detective Cronin is, it's being said that he is not on Lauren's case anymore, but y'all, he's the reason why this case is completely botched at this point. The family is saying that he confiscated $1,300, a passport, and Lauren's phone, but he did not get the other evidence like the condom, the lube. How about the bloody sheets? Matthew saying that Lauren asked for $40 for her nails, and at the same time, police getting $1,300 from her home. Make it make sense, you guys. Something in this case is just not adding up. I can't put my finger on it. I know something happened to her in the apartment, but something keeps leaning towards maybe Matthew gave her something and she died. Just by him saying that he had to carry her to the bed, if there was a condom found and they had intercourse, was Lauren even conscious when this took place? These are all questions that detectives should have been asking instead of saying that, oh, he's a nice guy. He's all right. We're not going to look into him. Like, what?
And yes, Detective Conan is no longer on the case, but that doesn't make me feel no better now.
The family says the relationship with police devolved from there. No contact from December 13th until December 29th. They returned to the apartment to clear out Lauren's belongings and claim a new detective came by to say he'd taken over the case from Detective Cronin.
The detective said he effed up, he messed up, he effed Cronin, he messed up, he didn't know what he was doing, he messed up the case.
The family says they provided evidence they'd collected to crime scene investigators who arrived for the first time that day, included a bloody sheet and a pill.
And 2 cups of drinks or whatever next to a bottle. They didn't take none of that. We seen a condom, we seen lube, other stuff in there, and they didn't take.
Shit. They even had to pay for the second autopsy on their own because they didn't have faith in the judicial system and the police department to get it done right the first time.
Without a doubt, we know that my daughter was not a drug user, and I had a second autopsy myself. We paid out of pocket because we felt so uncomfortable with the way it was handled.
Now, I can't speak for you. I can only speak for me and mine. Social media has taught me a lot.
Life hacks you'll thank me for, part 1. You know how every time you go to pull out a piece of aluminum foil, the whole tube comes out? Well, there's these little tabs on either side of the box. You just push those in and it holds the tube in place. Okay, do you know why those plastic pasta spoons have a hole in the middle of them? They're actually supposed to be used to measure out a single serving size of pasta. Did you know that most medicine bottles that have the childproof caps can actually be flipped over and used on the other side so that they're much easier to open? This is especially handy for the elderly. Like and follow for more life hacks.
From cooking, relationship goals, life hacks, criminal investigations.
23-year-old Lauren Smith Fields was found dead in her Bridgeport, Connecticut apartment after going on a date.
It has been 1 month nearly to the day since TikTok took up Lauren Smith Fields' case. And today, because of the pressure of 9.7 million people saying her name, the Bridgeport Police Department will open an investigation into her death. That investigation will be overseen by the U.S. DEA. For those of you unfamiliar, Lauren was found unresponsive in her home after a Bumble date. When the police arrived, they interviewed the Bumble date but released him because he was, quote, a nice guy. We now know he told police he had been invited over, they had tequila shots, they had food, she passed out on the couch, he brought her into the bed, and he woke up in the morning and she was dead. When police initially investigated the crime scene, they only took her passport, $1,300, her cell phone, and her credit card, and never notified the family. The family found out that their daughter had died when they showed up to her apartment because she wasn't answering her phone, and there was a note on the door from the landlord that said, if you're looking for Lauren, call me. They also didn't collect the bloody sheets, sedative pills, or used condom.
Yes, baby. Tick-tock, tick-tock. We are a huge family of pressure. And if you push us, we will push back.
That's right. Her family did hire an attorney who plans to sue some Bridgeport city officials, including the chief of police, saying that police failed to investigate Smithfield's death.
Oh, yes, baby. We finally know this man of interest's name now.
Sources close to the investigation tell the I-Team the Matthew LaFountain pictured in this social media photo, now removed, was the man at Lauren's apartment. A neighbor at his listed address in Milford confirmed LaFountain's identity, but we were unable to reach the 37-year-old who has not been accused of any wrongdoing. LaFountain's same image appeared under the name Matthew Thomas, now also taken.
That doesn't help the situation. That doesn't help console the family. Her birthday was just January 23rd.
Babs? You just got the green light.
What about them?
On Sunday, which would have been her 24th birthday, people marched to Bridgeport City Hall demanding answers. Bridgeport Mayor Joe Ganim released a statement saying the Office of Internal Affairs will be conducting an investigation into how the case was handled. He also said he shares concerns about how the family was informed. The statement reads in part, quote, "Death notifications should be done in a manner that illustrates dignity for the deceased and respect and compassion for the family."
For those who turned up for her celebration, y'all showed out.
There'll be no peace. There'll be no peace until there's justice. Until there's justice. There'll be no peace. There'll be no peace. There'll be no peace until there's justice. Until there's justice. Could have been me.
Lauren, I wish you was there to see it, honey. It was pretty. It was beautiful, you know?
Yo, release the balloons on 3. 1, 2, 3. Follow my
But not to be funny, y'all. I never even heard of Bridgeport, Connecticut. Ever. And I guess the reason why I never heard of Bumble.
Ms. Lauren Smith Fields was found unresponsive in her apartment on December 12, 2021 in Bridgeport, Connecticut, after she met an older man of a certain demographic on the dating app Bumble. Reportedly, this man was not detained for questioning and his name hasn't been released.
It's because I'm married. I don't be doing that social hookup, sneaky link.
I had so much fun. I love you. Do you talk to other people? Be honest. Please don't lie to me. I love you.
And I still can't get over the family having to pay for that second autopsy on their own. They didn't feel justified. They don't feel that their daughter's life being taken was justified.
The family says they are not satisfied with answers they got from an investigator.
I asked him about the guy. He just made it seem like the guy was a nice guy. It was nothing to investigate.
The only contact that we have had was from a very insensitive, condescending, and arrogant detective.
Lauren's dad reading a scathing statement saying police failed to extend the most basic courtesies and told his family to stop calling. Councilwoman Maria Pereira says police owe Lauren's mom an apology.
She sent a really well-written email, and I was shocked
when just yesterday she told me she had not even received a response.
A mom who's left to plan her daughter's funeral just days before Christmas says she's struggling to find a path forward.
Life is not the same. I don't know who I'm going to be after this.
I guess I wouldn't either.
They didn't collect anything. They're asking the family to say to them, hey, anything else we should take? And then they didn't even call Bumble to say, hey, this guy said they met this woman on Bumble. When did they meet? How long have they been talking? What have they been talking about? That tells me they have an utter disregard for this investigation.
And after all this hee-hee-ho-ho, what does Bumble got to say?
A spokesperson says, "We are deeply saddened by news of Lauren Smith Fields' death and have reached out directly to the family to offer support. We have been in contact with law enforcement, but they have not yet requested any information."
Well, Bumble has finally broken their silence only over a month later. In their statement, they wrote, "We are deeply saddened by the news of Lauren Smith Fields, and we have reached out to the family directly to offer support. The physical and emotional safety to our community is paramount importance. We investigate member complaints and take swift, decisive actions against any members who do not meet our standards. We stand ready to provide appropriate assistance and information as requested by law enforcement. The safety of our community is priority, and we will continue to work day in and out to keep our members safe. We have a dedicated team who responds to requests for information from law enforcement authorities around the world." No public statements have been posted by Bridgeport Police Department except for the one statement they gave to ABC News back in December.
You ever dip your toast in your coffee? It's still so good, y'all. What was the main purpose of interest? Matthew LaFontaine and the Bridgeport, Connecticut Police Department trying to hide in the first place. What was in that girl's toxicology report?
Medical examiner has ruled the death of a young social media influencer in Connecticut last month was due to acute intoxication from a lethal mix of drugs and alcohol. The death of Lauren Smith Fields, now ruled an accident. Her family is demanding more answers and suing the police and the city.
That's a little vague to me. I need specific results.
More than a month after 23-year-old Lauren Smith Fields was found dead in her Bridgeport apartment, the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner says she died of a mixture of alcohol and drugs, including fentanyl, promethazine, and hydroxyzine. Her death ruled an accident.
She didn't use drugs. Why is it showing drugs? Where did it come from? What was the origin of this? All we know is that 23-year-old girl goes to the gym every single day, doesn't use drugs.
Call it by name.
You got one problem though, Jake. You got no witnesses. Who your fucking witnesses, huh? Roger? Smiley? You think my troops are gonna help you? It's not what you know. It's what you can prove. Yeah. What can you prove, huh? Nothing. Where's your evidence, huh? It's right there.
Don't try to make Lauren out to be the victim who asked for it. For real.
First, though, I want to show you something. This is the photo they showed when they revealed the name of the man who was last known to be with Lauren when she was still alive, Matthew LaFontaine. You notice how they have them depicted here. Do you not, TikTok? I'd like to know why they have him looking like a youth pastor and her in a bikini, which she looks gorgeous in, by the way, but why that picture? Why not this picture, TikTok? What is wrong with using this picture to showcase Lauren, a young woman who is now dead? Why are we depicting the picture of the man who could potentially be a suspect in her murder to look like a youth pastor and her in a low-cut revealing bikini?
There definitely needs to be more video coverage of this. More people need to hear this girl's story.
I went to work today and felt the need to do something. There is barely any media coverage on Lauren's story, only social media posts, and it's not enough. protect black women. I wrote a report and pitched this to the entire team to give this story more exposure, and I'm drafting an article to post on abcnews.com. This is a call to action. Call the Bridgeport Police Department and the Mayor's office and demand answers. The police are trying to keep Lauren's family quiet and refuse to investigate further. Thousands of missing black women cases are ignored or underreported. There's power in public outrage. Say her name.
And her family needs our help. Justice for Lauren Smith Fields. Well, if you guys could appreciate what you have learned here today, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll talk to you guys and you guys soon.